Live now. Okay, Adrian, you know what to do.
Yes. Yes, yes.
We also need to figure out if everything is normal. Waiting. I also should probably open it on my side. Oh my god, that is so loud. Okay, on my side it's properly on.
Yes, it is on for me as well.
Okay, cool. I should have probably gotten more water. Because, like, this is not a lot. This scarf is the one that I'm working on, by the way. The one for my friend. It is not long enough, obviously, to be a scarf, so I have to keep working on it. But I have made some moderate progress. I do wonder if I'm going to have any leftover yarn left after I finish this, because if I do, I could possibly make this into a beanie or just make another scarf. Adrian, if I were to make you a scarf, what color would you want?
Blue.
What kind of blue?
Mm-hmm.
Because there are multiple blues. There are dark blue, light blue, super fucking light blue that we almost think it's white, but it's not. What the
fuck? I really like your descriptors there.
Gorilla versus 100 men.
Okay.
I don't know.
Are you literally seeing this, chat?
It's in the chat. Of course, they're seeing it.
That's why I said
Wait,
literally.
I'm not.
What?
I said I'm not. I didn't have it pulled up.
Oh. Okay, well, for one, Adrian, like,
That's funny.
you have to think about the fact that there could be multiple blues in one set of yarn because there's patterns, and then you also have to think about, like, just in general, you also have to think about texture, what texture you want, because, like, there is just regular ass acrylic yarn, which is plastic. And it's not the softest thing in the world, but it's great if you have allergies like me and you can't touch random shit. This is my little yarn ball right now. But the thing is, I just think that, there are just so many different cool yarn textures that I never got to use. Why is this tied around this? What the fuck? Okay, but yeah. Low key, choose, because I do have a scarf currently in waiting that, like, I was originally going to use, but I realized that I don't like any of my scarves in general. I just like my own. I just like the blue one. You know the one.
Yes.
But, like, that's not truly, knitted and shit. It's just, it's silk. From Spain. And that's the thing, Adrian. Did you just never get scarves as a kid, or?
I didn't like them.
Okay, I've never been given a scarf.
Then why are you willing to get a scarf now?
Because you don't know how to make anything else.
I mean, I can make you a beanie.
You could.
You can pick from my 20-something failures that I don't know what to do with. Some of them are on the bigger side and some of them are small. Sometimes, like, I really should just bring out the Soldier Boy. For reference, that is the knitting machine that I own. That I use to make beanies. But I do have to crank it. I continuously call it the Soldier Boy. Because clearly, he can't market anything of his own. So, might as well do it for him. We all know how the fucking Soldier... What the fuck was it called? I know he made a game console. Adrian?
I do not know.
I don't know.
I don't know. It was a really cheap Chinese knockoff of PlayStation. And it was hilarious because he got sued by Nintendo.
Real.
He was like, man, I can do whatever the fuck I want. Nintendo can't do shit. And then Nintendo did do shit. Because it's Nintendo. They are very passionate about everything they stand for, which I can respect. Because let's be honest, there are definitely some, like, companies that suck.
Yes. A lot of companies that suck.
Like,
Cough, cough, Duolingo, cough, cough.
cough, cough. Dave, have I shown you my new vases that I finished recently?
No.
Vases! Okay.
Vase.
They slapped his face on every vase. On every vase. Okay,
So,
ceramics is one hell of a journey. Technically, I was supposed to be in ceramics today, but I got an eye infection this morning. It has gone down, and, like, I barely remembered that I had one. But
yeah, that was a rough morning for you, it seemed like.
like, I woke up at 6 a.m. for some reason, and I went to the restroom, and I was like, my eyeball is itchy, and then I went back to sleep, and then I woke up again, and then, this was like 8-something a.m., and normally at this time I would get up so then I can, like, drive to the college, and then, I was not able to because my depth perception is fucking off if I'm continuously crying out of one eye. Yeah?
Nah, that's fine. Take the risk.
And then, like, I also, of course, because it's ceramics, I would constantly have my hands covered in clay, and if I ever needed to wipe my eye, I would not be able to, or I just blind myself with shoving clay into my eyes. So,
Also fine. Good
and
medical treatment.
because my depth perception is terrible, even if I don't rub clay in my eye, I will have issues with figuring out, you know, my depth perception with the clay, which is kind of important. Originally, I was supposed to work on my final project, which is a 16-inch pot that is supposed to look extremely maximalist. Because, like, I don't exactly have an idea for what mine should look like yet. I kind of want to make it look like an octopus. And then it's just, like, covered in flowers. Because let's combine Nadley's two favorite things. Fucking marine life and flowers.
And I just dropped my phone. That's nice.
Big oof.
I
I do wonder
don't
if
know why I'm like so tired.
did you go to work today?
No, that's the thing. I had today off.
Maybe your body is doing that thing where it's like, ah, yes, I finally don't have work. It's time for me to let go. And then, like, it immediately gains, like, an illness and becomes tired and, like, everything starts rupturing.
No, man, I really thought I beat that out of my body years ago.
My body likes to do it still.
No, I don't think. No, I think it's also because I didn't sleep well last night. Because my dog Molly has been getting me up at 6:45 every morning without fail.
It's so
Real.
funny. I think my best case of me, basically finally relaxing after having a really stressful year for, like, was just getting COVID. Like, I'm on a cruise, I'm finally enjoying myself, and then boom, someone is coughing next to our table. Uh-oh.
I'm sure that won't get you sick at all. It must just be allergies.
And then I get COVID, and then I
Yeah.
spend my 2 days in Canada sick.
That's fine. Who needs more days than 2 in Canada anyway? Just go do everything sick. It's not like spreading disease is good or isn't
You know
bad.
what's stupid? Even while I had COVID, I still had to sleep next to my brother and my mom, and my brother didn't get sick, but my mom did. But my mom was farther away from me than my brother. I slept right next to my brother. By the way, I I hate that my uncle decided to pick this hotel specifically because it looked like it was haunted. And even his daughter, my cousin, was like, "Hey, I see something on the ground." Like in the scary a child sees things way.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the middle of the night, she wakes up, she goes, "I see something," and then like everyone's like, "There's nothing there," and then she goes back to sleep, and then we're just like, "Yep, this place is haunted." And then I still have COVID, so I'm just like, "Yeah, fuck this. Everyone, leave my room," because I was sharing a room with my high risk grandparents, and also my brother, who is a child, and my mom, has like, I think, autoimmune issues as well as me. So like,
Yeah.
this is a terrible group of people to like put together, and I just don't understand why they were like, yeah, no, we should still sleep in the same room. What the fuck?
Not the best instinct.
Just at this point, get another room, which they did. They got another room, but not without me being like super insistent on them leaving. It's like, what the fuck are you gonna do? Argue with the sick person? Good luck with that. Technically, my mom stayed though, cause
I want to
I.
play Five Nights at Freddy's.
Huh?
Oh, sorry. I'm thinking of a game to play while we vibe.
Ah,
I've been playing game.
I'm playing FNAF VR.
very
Aaron
fun.
just came online.
Hmm?
Aaron's
Oh,
Discord
that's
just came
fun.
online.
I see.
Hi, Aaron.
Oh, and there he is, speaking it out.
Yep. How's it going,
The
Aaron? How you
Baba
doing?
Grail. Okay.
I'm okay. I ended lab really early, so I'm just at home now.
Oh, nice.
I thought you weren't gonna
Are you
be.
feeling better?
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be longer, but the lab was really short, so
Well,
Yeah.
I'm just streaming here, and I am on camera this time. I already got ready for the dinner. I'm just here,
oh
knitting.
okay.
Unfortunately, my hair has undone itself a little bit, but that's okay.
Mm.
But yeah, I took out a dress that I haven't worn since like homecoming So, because I couldn't find
Oh
anything
god.
better.
Oh, why does that scare me every time?
The day has been daying. I was kind of just on my phone the entire time. And partially raging a bit. I am hearing the FNAF.
I'm so sorry.
Actually, Dave, there is a true
Yeah.
reason why I need you to turn it down, because YouTube Live detects things for copyright,
Yeah.
and I don't know how they feel about music
Huh.
from...
You know, maybe FNAF is the best game actually to play while you're live streaming.
Dave screams.
Ah! Okay.
Well, no, I don't get scared that easily. I'm just sitting here thinking like, it's pretty. What's the phrase? Sometimes with some of the levels, the sound you're kind of dependent on the sound.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
not a great
Shoot.
idea to...
Okay, I'll play mini golf.
Yeah, no.
I'll play some mini golf. That's always fun.
Mini golf it is.
Yep.
Unfortunately, right now, I'm gonna weather report a little bit. Dave, we currently are at 94 degrees.
It's hot as balls on the
It
cover
is
as well.
hot as balls.
I have my
And-
AC on. It is 74.
I also have my AC on, but I still want to come.
I just have my fan on. I think the AC is on, but I'm not completely sure because my dad usually, even when he turns it on, it's like not that low. So
Great. It's like 80.
Yeah.
I really fucking hope he does turn it down a bit lower because my fish are kind of dependent on temperature, and I cannot have the house being like warmer than 80 degrees because it will hurt them.
Oh, I'm so bad at golf.
But yeah, my mom's Mother's Day gift
Um.
came in today, so that's nice. That means I can give it to her.
I hate this game. Why did I say golf? Golf is such a stupid game.
Yeah, I would play the word game with you if I wasn't too busy playing my other game.
No, that's so fair. I also don't need Natalie's stream to just have me cursing you out.
No, do it. No balls.
Alright. What do I have? Man, I do not have enough VR games. Alright, I guess I'll just go punch people.
Man,
Real.
I already talked with this about this topic way too many times with Adrian and Aaron the past few days. But I got into a new show, and then the show is great, but then the fandom is being a little mean about the main character's body type because they keep saying she looks like a child. She does not. Because, like, she basically has my body type, where it's like, yes, I am flat, and I look mildly malnutritioned. Does it make me a child all of a sudden? No, it does not.
According to TikTok, yes.
According to TikTok, I look like a minor, but I am not.
Yeah. So far, all I'm hearing is that there is a case to be made.
And I find it really dumb that the character is consistently like there is a romance aspect in the show, and therefore every single time there's something happening between her and like the male lead, they like people always clip it and then like make edits on TikTok. But the problem is like because they like every edit always shows off like some pan of them like doing something like I don't know, almost kiss or like looking into each other's eyes, or like looking at one POV of the character, seeing like that person. And every single time they pull out that like there's a specific episode in the season 2 of the show where the male lead and the female lead they fall into a waterfall and to escape an assassination, and like
I hate when I have to go into a waterfall to escape an
the
assassination.
female lead almost drowns, and then like the male lead like does the and then like she's just like, ah, shit, my clothes are wet, and then like she has to take off like the top layer, but this show has like this time period is like ancient China shit, and so like even something that we don't consider unsightly is definitely unsightly to them
Yeah,
for undergarment reasons, like, oh, I'm seeing you in your underwear situation. But like she takes that off,
yeah.
and then like they're both in their underwear basically because they have to dry their clothes. They're not doing anything. And like there is a pan from basically the male lead's perspective looking at her, and everyone's like, oh my god, she looks like a child and stuff, and I'm just like, short skinny women exist, damn it. Okay, I don't know, I'm just annoyed because I constantly am told that I look like a 14-year-old. How the fuck am I supposed to
This
enter
has
a bar
triggered.
in 2 years? Okay.
This fandom has triggered deep-seated rage inside of Natalie.
No, because like, why this is so mean, because like recently there has been a little bit of controversy in like just TikTok stuff where there's this lady, her name is Clara, and she is known for like body positivity for like people who are extremely skinny to the point where it's like you're skin and bones, and like you don't have tits and you don't have ass and blah 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 blah, body shaming stuff basically. And like all her viewers were like starting to think, oh yes, we love the body positivity, thank you for like encouraging us to love ourselves, and like any type of shame is bad type of situation, because it's not just like there's a lot of shaming that doesn't get addressed ever because it's usually overshadowed by the mainstream like do not shame, like I don't know, for
Yeah.
there's so many things people shame for, but like one of such things is always, oh, you look like skin and bones and stuff, why don't you try eating more? I fucking can't, because I have thyroid issues. I was malnourished as a
Yeah.
kid. So my bad. And the thing is, my face is round not because I have baby fat, but because my dad's face is round.
Curse those genetics.
So everything about me that seems like this body type seems like, ah yes, this must be a child. In reality, am not child. And neither is the female lead. I am annoyed that the moment I find a character that I finally relate to, because I keep going, Mao Mao's so me, and then like everyone immediately goes like, everything else about her everyone loves, by the way. There was this scene in like the very beginning. Oh, by the way, the anime I'm talking about is Apothecary Diaries. But there's this earlier scene, like in one of the first arcs of the anime in season 1, where so this I'll just quickly go through the plot just to make things make sense. So there's this girl, Mao Mao. She works as an apothecary, and this is like ancient China, so she do be poor. And her father is taught her everything she knows, but this is not her actual father. It's her adopted father, and he's really smart and stuff. And she gets kidnapped and sent to the rear palace, which is the place where at that time that emperor's like all of his concubines and stuff live.
Okay.
It's like his personal brothel. But basically all of these concubines, like, they commonly get poisoned, have drama, all that stuff. And that's where Mao Mao comes in. She, like, gets kidnapped, but they don't know that she's literate. They don't know she has, like, a high, like, she has a lot of knowledge on medicine and stuff, but that's, like, her favorite thing. It's her obsession. it is shown throughout the anime that she's like great with it, and she also is really good with logic because as a kid she was taught to shut down emotions and stuff and like just rely on the logic and stuff. So that's what she uses to survive in the palace. As a servant girl, she of course doesn't have much status and is not treated great. But the moment, like, you know, her kidnappers do get money when they give her to the palace to basically make her work there. And all the money that she earns is sent to the kidnappers because the palace doesn't, like, they're not really good at background checking on whether or not they, like, the girls were legally brought there, you know? Makes sense.
Okay.
Shady shit. And so one of the events happening at the time when she is brought to the palace is that two of the... Oh, hi Kai. I'm talking about Apothecary Diaries. So during the time she
Kai's
enters
just
the
like,
palace,
what?
during the time that she's brought into the palace, Mao Mao sees that there is drama between two concubines. At that moment, they are like two like of the higher ranked ones. There are 4 top high ranking concubines, and one of them has is carrying the emperor's daughter, and the other is carrying the emperor's son. However, both of them get sick, and like no one has any reason to think, oh yeah, oh no, they're just suddenly sick, and the son dies. The daughter survives, and she continues being sick, but like the concubine who had the son, she is still sick, and like no one knows how to like help her, and and Mao Mao, she's like, hey, I know what's going on, but I am a servant girl and I can't really help because they won't trust me. And so she just like kind of wrote a note and like gave them the item needed to make the cure. But the thing is, only one of the concubines took the cure and like was like, oh yeah, this helps. But then so the concubine that does actually take the advice, she tries to tell the other concubine, hey, take this, it will help you, and like, please just don't die. And but the thing is, because her son died and she's like grieving and such, and there's always drama between the concubines, she goes like, no, you're just trying to trick me, slap. And then she continues to get more and more sick and skinny and like basically dying on her bed and stuff. And Mao Mao, like, it gets discovered that she is literate and actually has knowledge on medicines by the male lead. He is full of mysteries and shit because the system of the palace, the rear palace, is that there are a bunch of women, a shit ton of women. These are just the concubines, they're ladies in waiting, and like lower servant girls. And then there are eunuchs, which are basically the men who get their balls chopped off. So and
What?
like they
Yes.
they get their balls chopped off
That's
so
what
that they
units are
don't like do
historically.
anything
So yeah,
to
that makes
the
sense.
No.
to the concubines, because the concubines belong to the emperor. They are all for him to make children with. And so the eunuchs are basically there for like helping with manual labor and protecting the women. And so there is a guy, and he is the male lead, and at first we assume that he's a eunuch because he's the one managing most of the affairs in the rear palace. His name is Jinshi, and he is like extremely pretty boy, okay? Mao Mao thought he was a woman when he first walked into the room. And like he was like, okay, I need to
Happens
find
with
out.
a lot of anime.
No, even in the anime itself, they think, like, most people are like, oh my god, his face is like, people will go to war for that face type of beauty.
Bro's really Helen right there.
Yeah, no, it is referenced a lot in the fandom that, like, for some reason Mao Mao understands, like, the Helen scenario, but then she doesn't understand Romeo and Juliet. That, it's funky. But yeah, so Jinchi is like, oh, I'm gonna order all these servant girls into my office, and I'm gonna figure out which one of them are literate, because the literate one probably will be the one who gave the note and the cure to that concubine who took the cure. And he basically writes down on a piece of paper, like, oh yeah, whoever can read this, stay here. And she pretends to not notice, but like it's kind of obvious that she read it, and she's like, nope, I'm trying to get out of here, because she doesn't want a promotion. She doesn't want her kidnappers getting more money. And this ends up with her being assigned to the concubine that she'd saved. And like she's just like, oh yeah, we find out that the makeup that they're using for the concubines is made of one of the ingredients is lead.
Yippee! Poisoning!
Poisoning! And so we
I
find
do
out...
respect poison.
Yeah. And so basically she goes, okay, guys, you need to make sure that you confiscate all of the lead makeup in the palace so that no one else goes through this shit. And they do that. However, so that concubine that is still sick, her name is Lady Li Hua, and she is the bluest person I've ever seen. And you've seen me. Her hair is blue, her clothes are blue, her, like, everything is blue other than her skin, okay? Dabba dee dabba die.
What?
And basically she is like a deflated human being at this point, and her ladies in waiting are continuously still putting the lead makeup on her. Because, like, even after they were like, oh yeah, we need to confiscate the makeup, the ladies in waiting hid the makeup and then continued applying it on her while they were trying to treat her. And Jinchi sends Mao Mao to basically like try to help Lady Li Hua under the orders of the emperor. And the emperor is like, hey, please help, one of my waifus is dying and stuff. And she's like, okay, I'll go help. But then the ladies in waiting keep going like, what are you doing here? We don't want you here. And like, you don't even know how to take care of Lady Li Hua. We're the best for her. You guys don't even have the right stuff for her to eat and stuff. Like, they're bitches, okay? And Lady Li Hua is like continuously getting more sick as they keep kicking her out over and over again. Every time she tries to give her, Mao Mao tries to bring her like just sick people food, like chicken broth and stuff, and they're just like, no, why do you think that our like high-ranking lady would want that food, like type of food? And like she just continually keep trying. And then one day Jinchi goes along with her, and all of the fucking concubines and ladies in waiting and all that stuff, they're fucking in love with Jinchi because he's so pretty, and like they're just like, yes, he is just a distraction. He uses seduction as a tactic, because most people who fall in love with him usually end up getting fired, because they're supposed to be loyal to the emperor, not him. But yeah, so they finally get Mao Mao into the room, and then like she starts treating Lady Li Hua, and then she realizes, hey, there's stuff on her face. Why is there the makeup that we said to confiscate? And then she basically like asks like, oh yeah, who's the one applying the makeup, because like, you know, she has to figure out who the hell like kept the lead makeup that they were supposed to confiscate. And her, I think, I don't know, one of the ladies in waiting, like who was basically kicking her out over and over again, was the one who did it. And she was like, well, yeah, I like wanted to keep her beautiful and stuff. And then Mao Mao goes up to her and fucking bitch slaps her, and I'm just like, fuck yeah. My favorite trope in anime is whenever someone like deduces that someone is doing something stupid and actually fucks them up. Not in the reprimand way. No. In the Princess Bubblegum, it took me seconds to deduce like that rips off arm shit, okay? Mwah. Love that. So yeah, she bitch slaps her, drags her across the room, pours the lead makeup on her, slaps the lead makeup on her face, and then goes, why do you think that she would want like her face to be adorned with the lead makeup that killed her son and stuff. And then she starts crying and stuff, and then she's like, go wash your fucking face and like get out of my sight and blah 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 blah. And then she continues to heal Lady Li Hua until she's like back to her normal voluptuous self, and like everything is great. But I just love that first arc so much.
I feel like I've gotten like 7 seasons in this stream.
Huh?
Yeah, probably.
I said I feel like I've gotten 7 seasons in the last 10 minutes of this stream.
That was only the first like 3 episodes, I think.
What? God, anime is so convoluted.
That's the thing. At first, I thought it was a romance anime, but it's actually not. It's a thriller mystery. But it has a subplot of romance because everyone keeps making edits of the main 2 leads, and so I'm just like, ha ha ha.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's just so much stuff that I feel like she deduces properly, and like people keep going to her for help because she just uses like basic logic and like knowledge that she learned from her papa. You know, it's just But yeah, and that's why I continuously don't understand why everyone else in the fandom treats her like a child, but then everyone inside of the show treats her normally. Like, yes, they acknowledge that she looks like skin and bones, but they don't, like, go, that is a child. They say young girl, but, like, she's 17 and turning 18 in season 2. The male lead is 19 turning 20, I think, but he's pretending to be 24 for, like, a secret mission thing. He's not actually a eunuch. He did not have his balls chopped off. He's actually, spoiler alert, I don't think any of you are gonna watch it. I hope. Anyways.
After this spoiler, I am.
Oh.
Specifically after the spoiler.
Okay, I will say the spoiler.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jinshi is actually the Emperor's younger brother, I think.
How could you tell me this? I was gonna watch it.
You said only after the spoiler. Now go watch it.
No, you've ruined the whole show.
It's not even like a big part of the show.
Clearly it is.
Wait till you get to the weird fucking singing in season 2, episode 13, when the assassination
Nope, I'm not watching
happens. Ha 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 ha. Okay.
That's been all spoiled for me. There's no point.
But yeah, I am just loving this anime so much.
Well, that's good.
It's just like I wanted to start it previously, but then like I was so scared that it was one of those animes where they would like shove a bunch of stuff in your face that you don't want to see. Oh my god, don't even get me started on the fact that the in the anime, by the way, there are many women in this anime because it's the fucking rear palace, it's mostly just women.
I'm sorry, I was just
Adrian, but basically, there are a lot of women in this palace, and most anime mostly fuck up women by a lot because you know they tend to be made to be fan servicey and stuff to the audience. But the thing is, the Apothecary Diaries is mainly a female audience, and
so all the men look good. Okay.
No. There's only 2. I think there's only recorded like 4 men that look good, and every single woman looks good. Like,
okay.
They are designed well, and they get the proportions correct, and even if they are big-breasted or something, they don't go like boing 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 all the time like an air balloon. I am just so glad that this particular anime got like physics correct. That's like the biggest thing I'm so glad about. They don't go wobble wobble, okay? Oh yeah, another thing I need to add about Mao Mao. So, she, apart from being an apothecary, she was raised in a brothel because her mother was a consort, and that means that, you know, she got knocked up at some point, and but the problem is you kind of decrease your value as a consort the moment that you do get pregnant.
Yeah.
And it kind of ruined her mother's career, and she also got syphilis.
Ah, yes,
Uh-huh.
syphilis.
So, her father didn't know that she existed yet, and her father was, actually in love with the mother and stuff, and he was, trying to save up to basically buy her, because that's how it worked back then. The dowry.
Yeah.
And in order to buy out a consort specifically, you have to pay how much net worth they would have made if they continued the rest of their contract, and some more, depending on how much value they have on them, because some of them are way more popular than the others. And so this one was a very, very high value consort, and she was beautiful, but then she was also really smart, and people really liked that she was made for the people that like being ignored. Does that make sense?
Me?
What?
I was making a joke.
But yeah, so she was very cold, very calculating, but that added the charm to her, and she was also really smart, and I mean she was great for playing games with other people, because consorts don't only obviously have sex, okay? That's the lower ranking ones who kind of have to do that.
Yeah.
And so the higher ranking you are, the less you have to put in work, basically. So
Yeah.
you perhaps just
Less
don't have to
time you
have
need to
sex.
have.
You could just keep yourself a complete virgin, and you can just play instruments, sing, play games with people, and they'll pay for it. And she originally was just a person who would play Go with Mao Mao's father, and at the time he was a rising official, but he wasn't quite there yet, and so he couldn't buy her, and that. So he went off for 3 years. He wasn't supposed to be gone for 3 years, but he went off for 3 years, and he couldn't come back. And by the time by the time he did come back, it was kind of too late, because he got the mom pregnant. But then the thing is, you're not supposed to get pregnant, because the moment you have a kid as that consort, your value goes down, and so you have to start doing all the desperate things that the lower consorts have to do, like having sex. And that's why she got syphilis. And so after she got syphilis, she basically her body developed rashes and stuff, and obviously no one wants to have sex with that. And that means she had to basically be confided to the sick rooms of the brothel, and just kept there forever, until Mao Mao came to the rear palace, and she saw her father, and she hates him because you abandoned me and my mother, who I don't consider my mother. Yeah. And he finds out that the mom is still alive, because he didn't know that the mom was still alive. And Mao Mao makes a deal with him to basically, oh yeah, if I win this game with you, for whatever reason, if any of us have to leave, the other person automatically wins, and your the incentive for you is that if you lose, you have to buy a consort from the brothel. And then this is when he does find out that the mom is still alive. He goes to the brothel and is about to buy one of the consorts, and then he hears her, and then he's like, "Oh my god!" Rah! And then he runs over to the sick bay area, basically, and finds her, and he's like, this is the woman that I want. And then I'm just like, rah, fucking sad. And then there's so much build up to this that I can't explain with my own terrible storytelling. Because there's multiple scenes that I can't act out or something. But there was just that moment that
Alright.
Mama's father.
I apologize, guys. I gotta go.
See you, Dave.
Okay, bye.
I'll be in the chat.
But yeah, there was just that moment that Mama's father finds out that he was the reason why that the mother and Mao Mao had to basically have such shit lives, and the reason why the mother got syphilis in the first place. And then even after she again went through all of the like shit. Basically, her appearance is like terrible because she's like sick as balls, and he just like goes up to her and he's like, it was like that. Oh my god, you know that fucking scene in How to Train Your Dragon? Was it 3? Which one of you watched How to Train Your Dragon 3?
I have.
Not me.
Aww. I can't say the scene then. I'll say the quote, because then you wouldn't recognize it, but, it was basically the "you're as beautiful as the day I lost you" situation.
Ah. That.
It was so...
Yes.
I cried. My mom and my dad were sitting right next to me, and they had no idea what was happening because we were supposed to go to the restaurant to eat with my dad's boss. So, like, I just, it's so good. I recommend it so much. It's Oh yeah, don't even get me started on the fact that the female lead and the male lead, like, actually match each other's freak. Instead of, like, you know, doing tropes really shittily in terms of romance. You know, Kia, what are you doing, Jinchi-sama? Like situations like that. Like, you don't want to hear that, you know? No. It is healthy in the weird way. I just... it just works so well. A thing I do like that they
Holy
added
shit,
was
my
that...
teammates are so dumb.
I
I want to say that. I want to say the other word, but I can't because you're streaming.
I've said so many things, but, like, I know what you're saying.
No, yeah, no, yeah. If I say that, it's like it's against TikTok's, not YouTube's policy for sure.
Pop-Tart.
Sure.
Okay, but yeah, I just really like that they incorporated that because Mao Mao like lived in the pleasure district. She had to like do a lot of things to like make sure that terrible things didn't happen to her. And the thing is, her face itself is like very pretty. It just happens that her body type is like, you know, undesirable, but it happens that most people, if they don't have money and are angry pieces of shit, a hole is a goal, okay? Therefore, she basically had to teach herself to make herself uglier with makeup to do that. And, like, eventually, like, she, throughout the anime, she continuously still puts on freckles and, like, other makeup to feel safe, even though she is technically in this one of the safest places in terms of lack of sexual assault, because it's the fucking Rare Palace. But like, it's just like, bro, that is so. It's like the safety short method, bro. I guess it's just kind of upsetting that the show is so good and I find so many things relatable and like entertaining and so amazing, and yet there's still always people who are not going to be satisfied even though it's lengths better than most like anime that are coming out right now. Cuz let's be honest, everything is getting weird. Oh, and did I mention that there was a cross-dressing episode?
Mm-mm.
So I think yesterday was the day that I watched that episode, but I was just like super excited because at some point, obviously, it is mentioned that Jinshi, if like if we put makeup on him, he is immediately unstoppable and people will wage wars, bro. And like ironically, in order to like satisfy some foreign envoys, he dressed up as this like so okay, the owner of the brothel that Mao Mao like grew up in uh is owned like it's owned by an old lady, but like she used to be one of the consorts that worked there, but it was like 50 years ago. So the thing is, she was that pretty plus a little bit of illusionary effect because a previous foreign envoy came over and they prepared her to dance for them. And she was basically surrounded by like a bunch of these moths that are like really reflective, and so it looked like she was like dancing with like light and stuff around her, and like it was under the really bright full moon, and so they called her the moon goddess or the moon fairy, one of the two. But basically, the granddaughters of that envoy came back over and like they were like trying to basically see if they can see that moon goddess that the grandfather was talking about, and they themselves are women that are very pretty, and so they probably won't believe it if it was just one of the like regular like concubines that are there, because like she was truly like there was a specific proportion. She was really tall and curvy, and like a bunch of stuff had to be like done to make her have that glowing effect and shit. Purely accidental. And Mao Mao basically had Jinchi cross dress as the Moon Fairy. And then suddenly disappear, and then they go like, oh my god, we saw the Moon Fairy, and then he just like dives into the river or something, and then like he's like, fine, I did your fucking thing. But like, truly, I feel like they could have, I don't know, they could have done better in terms of costuming, but he looked great. I don't know, there's just more episodes coming up, and some of it is going to get a bit controversial because their relationship is fucking weird. And so I just think that I'm starting to get concerned for this fandom that I am in now. Because there was already an episode that people couldn't properly handle, which was the moment that Mao Mao realized that Jinshi did in fact have balls still. Because he's technically not supposed to if he's working at the Root Palace. But obviously there was a special reason that he did not have his nut removed from his body. Unfortunately, most people romanticize the shit out of that episode because it was so well made.
Oh. In-N-Out Burger Store number 420 has opened today
Where?
in Brighton, Colorado.
Colorado. I'm a giraffe. Okay. Yeah. Just. I don't even. I just really like the show, and I really hope that, like, the fandom doesn't go too crazy with any future shit. I don't know. Fandom spaces have becoming more and more prudish. Like, people who aren't. Fandom spaces were not made for regular people, that's for sure. They're made for freaks like me. Okay. And if you cannot handle it, why are you here? There are cows in the pasture. Why are there cows? You know?
Oh, hello.
Hmm?
My workplace just called me.
Oh.
Yeah, oh. I think I was muted on Discord, but anyway, there's actually something really kind of interesting that just happened. So apparently, so my manager called me, and she was asking if I could work more days because two people got fired.
What?
Smooth.
Yeah. And I told her literally all I can do is work on like Thursdays, but even then, I'm like, because like she was apprehensive about me working in the morning on Thursdays because like, she'd have to move people around. So I was like, oh, if it's like too much of an inconvenience, I shouldn't take those days. But other than that, it's the only day I could take in the week for like, for more money and stuff like that. So yeah, nothing else. That's it. So that's really unfortunate. I don't know what happened. I didn't ask her for details because I didn't want to know. I mean, I want to know, but I don't want to know. You know, there's like difference, or like the subtle. Yeah, yeah. I want to know, but I don't want to know.
Okay.
I want to know. Let me know.
I want to know too. So if it comes up, I'll be like, can I
So,
ask for the
what happened?
How'd these fools get fired?
She
Why
also
was
asked me
it
if I could.
these two people?
That's the thing. She asked me if I could do Wednesdays in the morning or at night, and I told her no, that's a no go. Mornings definitely not. Evenings no, I don't want to do that to myself. So,
But yeah, big
if it doesn't
deal.
work out, that's unfortunate. But whatever. I kind of don't want to work more, but also I want to work more for more money.
Mm. Well,
Also, I'm eating snappy.
add that to the chart.
I don't know how much to quantify this.
Honestly, you can Google any of it.
Did you have lunch?
I did. It's a pretty small lunch though.
Y'all
I
need
had
to
lunch.
build a chart.
Well, I'm doing homework right now. So I can't pull the camera now.
I am just.
Football.
Okay, yeah, I'm crashing from the adrenaline high of explaining what Apothecary Diaries was about. I got excited. Oh no. Okay, after this line, I will go take a bathroom break and then come back.
Okie doke.
Okay. To move the mic. See y'all in like a few minutes.
back.
I am back.
Welcome back.
I do realize that my heels that I want to wear today are still in my car. So I have to go get them later.
Ah.
There. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh my gosh. Alright, it's one of these. I'm like, okay.
I'm really hoping that next week, like, just my academic wise, I have a lot of stuff going on. Because I have a unit assessment, I have an exam, and then I have to do my final for ceramics same week. So that sucks. I haven't really been putting a lot of work into the things that I actually are the main goal. I find it funny. Every single time I make something the main goal that I really like, I end up losing interest in that main goal. It's like, yes, I will make a really big project for my hobby because I seem to like it a lot. And then the moment I start like working on it for a bit, yay, this is great, but then I start like just not looking at it anymore. It's like the moment that I made art history my major, I kind of lost interest in it. Like, I still have the skills to, do all the analyzation and memorize the pieces and identify them, but, like, I don't feel as motivated to do that. The only exception is if I'm doing something for a different person. Because at the moment, I'm not knitting a scarf for myself, even though I have a blanket that I'm very, like, I have technically been diligently working on, but here I am working on a scarf for someone else. You know? There are more episodes of Apothecary Diary coming out, but I don't know if, like, how fast they're gonna come out on the website that Lily gave me. And because of the anime, I started playing the game that I used to play again. Because, ironically, that game includes you being a concubine of an emperor, and you're leveling up to be higher rank than everyone else. Like, ugh. Unfortunately, the storyline is absolutely shit. But I do like a lot of aspects of the game, and I put too much work into it to let it go. I don't remember which rank I'm in the game, though. But I am pretty high up there. Because it goes like 1, upper 2, lower 2, upper 3, lower 3, and etc., etc. But, like, I am one of the 3s. I just don't remember which one. Probably higher. I don't know. Like, after you don't play for a while, you get demoted. Which makes sense. Oh yeah, whenever I, like, look at any drama stuff that include concubines. Oh. Yeah, no, Dave, I'm still talking about the same thing. But every single time I watch something or play something that has to do with, like, life in a palace as a concubine or with an emperor or something, there's always, like, a lot of drama and stuff, and, like, the emperor usually tends to be a bad person, but, like, I just think that, for once, like, the emperor's just a regular dude,
Oh.
which is so nice. He's, like, he considers his concubines, he loves his kids. He's a good father. Like, I don't see any weird bias. And he even, like, teases Jinchi about, like, liking Mao Mao and stuff. So, I don't know. It's great. Oh yeah, Jinchi is technically not his younger brother. He is his son. Because he got switched at birth. I forgot about that. I don't know. It's complicated. He is still technically the crown prince, just because no one knows about the birth switch except for like 3 people, and they're not gonna say shit about it. Hmm. I am so glad I didn't talk about the previous emperor because he adds so much, and I hate him because he's a little girl toucher.
You're a what?
I said the previous emperor is a little girl toucher. What the fuck?
Oh, all I heard was girl toucher, and I was like, huh?
Ow. Yeah, no, I purposely didn't talk about the previous emperor before the current one that's in the anime, because, like, he sucked a lot. Meh. Oh yeah, Aaron, what time are you coming over?
I don't know. Still have like 2 hours until the reservation, but then I'm probably gonna pick her up at like 6:30. Maybe not 6:30. 6:45.
I am tired enough to take a nap.
You could.
But I'm already in the clothes. And the makeup and the hair. And I still need to continue working on the scarf anyways. I think I accidentally Pavloved myself into being sleepy whenever I knit. Because I only knit right before I sleep. And when I get sleepy, I then put down the knitting stuff and then I go to sleep. Should I get the same thing I got last time, or should I get something new?
I'm probably gonna try something different. But if they have the fried green tomato thing, we're getting that again.
We're getting that. Okay. Right.
If they have it, because it seems like it's seasonal, but we're getting it again.
We're getting it. I mean, it hasn't been that long since February, okay?
When is tomato season?
No fucking clue. Which is ironic, because I used to have tomato plants. Look, man, if we ever get proper property...
Season in, I think, from what I read, late summer and fall. However, it's February, so that's during winter.
That means...
So they're available all year round. I think it's just like a specific Valentine's Day thing that we went for. That's why. But I want it again.
I want it again. The phone case is shiny. Let's see.
Oh. Oh shit, this is easy. Okay.
Damn. Still on stream. I don't know why you decided to try. Yes! Oh my god. I may not know my flowers, but I know a bitch when I see one. This is probably one of the most consistent scarves that I made. That's the thing. I made a scarf in this exact color for cough cough situationship, and it got it was a victim of the fire, and he never used it. Do you know how significant a red scarf is?
No.
Adrian, do you know how many like fucking anime just have like some form of like metaphor when it comes to like red scarves?
No.
Quite a lot. They're really popular in terms of like showing some metaphor in relationship. It's like, I remember one of my main examples was Naruto and like Attack on Titan. Because, like, you know, it's just like, yes, this scarf, it means everything. I fixed it, or I kept it, and blah, 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 blah. Fuck her, let it burn! Okay. I spent, like, a month working on that thing, and then got upset when I couldn't find him to give it to him. Aaron was there, too. when I was looking for him to give him the scarf. And he was like, ah, yeah, he left already. And I was like, what the fuck? Okay. Ugh. Like, at least have the decency to say goodbye to me during spring break when you know you're not gonna see me. Like, come on. Why do you never text back whenever we're on break? Because you don't talk to me during break. And whenever we do, like, just want to talk, it's always dry. Pull all this fucking effort for nothing. I also generally just really hate misplaced efforts. It's totally one of those situations where it's like, you know, ah, yes, I made a scarf for you. You have to understand what came behind that scarf. Buying the material, buying the tools / using the tools, learning how to use the tools, taking the time to do so. What they had to possibly skip to do that. That's the effort. And so I will never fucking understand whenever someone goes like, oh, I'm just gonna deny this thing. Ugh.
Like, creating things, like, crafts-wise, it takes a lot of time.
I know, right?
This is coming from someone, like, who actually also does kind of craft support value. It's like, so I know how it feels to be like, well, I mean, I don't have people tell me to my face or anything. So I actually wouldn't fully know. But, like, the idea that your effort that you put into making something, it just kind of decides to, like, sit there and do nothing, hurts. Because, like, you spend so much time doing that for that person.
And, like, clearly, if they actually cared, they would have cherished it, used it, or something. You know?
Or at least, like, you know, like I wouldn't, like, that's the thing, I don't use scarves, so if I were given a scarf, I'd be like, I don't know what to do with this. But, you know, if my house was burning, I'd be like, this scarf. I want this scarf. I don't wear it, but it means a lot to me.
It's like, oh no, the important thing that someone else put so much effort into giving me and making for me. Oh no, I should probably save it.
Like, the fact that he, you know, forgot, probably, just, you know, he forgot that the scarf even existed,
Yeah.
and it then burned in the fire. Yeah.
You know what's whack?
Huh?
He still has the flowers that I made for him, though. For some reason, that was the thing that he kept. Because they were already moved to the shop. They were never moved into the new house.
Oh, okay.
So they're still perfectly fine. They're just in a storage box. Wait, I want to pull up a picture of Lady Lishua because she is just so blue, and I feel like no one understands until I show a picture of how blue she is. Even funnier is like her entire, like, the entire place that she lives in is also blue as shit. So, yeah. That's Lady Lihua, and like, she's so blue. Just so blue. She's so goddamn elegant and like Just. I want her feather thingy. And just because she looks very soft does not mean she is weak either. Because after she recovered from her sickness and then her cousin tried to kill another one of her babies, she fucking, like, was ready to punch her. And as a court lady, especially one of high standing,
I'm going to step away for a little bit. I'll be back in a bit.
Alright. I'm genuinely tired, but I know that if I take a nap, I'm not gonna wake up.
Unless if,
And that's what. Unfortunately, because I was tired, the first time I did make just something for knitting, I ended up making so many holes in it. I don't have it anymore. I threw it away. But I'm just still so upset that it came out like that. I remember I was trying so hard to not F up the previous red scarf that I made that, like, there was only one hole in it out of the entire thing. And that's difficult to do when you're sleep deprived. I did have caffeine. I don't understand why I'm tired. Just, strawberries. Strawberries. Okay, maybe instead of working on this one, I should work on a different one. The only reason why I tend to switch so many projects at a time is because I get bored of doing one at a time really easily. I do have multiple things to work on, it's just I don't know which one I should work on. Okay, Okay, I have a blue one, my blanket one, and then I have a pink scarf that I never finished either. I don't know which one I should do. Aaron, pick a number 1 through 4.
3.
That should be this one. This is my softest, but also my thinnest, which is probably going to be a good replacement for the blue one if I ever want to wear any red or pinks. This is quite the big piece, though, because it is so long. Like, the other scarf is like this big compared to it, which is quite a bit bigger, so yeah. I worked on this one for a pretty long time, but I guess it takes longer when something like this is so small. I do wonder if I should wrap my mom's Mother's Day present, or I should just give it to her as it is. Like, we live in the same house, so like it's really easy for her to figure out if something is a gift or not. And I tend to just hand her things, and she accepts them straightforward, even though she and I are probably the best gift wrapping people each other knows. Gift wrapping do be a skill.
Yes. It's something that I'm not really good at. It's
Your gift wrapping isn't terrible. I've seen some real terrible shit be handed to me, okay?
I think it's just because you have such a standard. Anything that I do is apparently good because I at least kind of try.
Yes, it's the effort, Aaron. It's always the effort. And your effort is good. Plus, you have never handed me anything wrapped in fucking cardboard paper. I can probably imagine the face that I made when I first got that handed to me, by the way. the absolute like just disgust of the fucking cardboard paper and then yellow masking tape.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
Ugh. Ugh. That's the thing. I understand like not having a lot of materials, but just go fucking buy some. Also, I do like even then. The shop itself has both types of tape, the clear one and the yellow one, okay?
The clear tape had been better?
The clear tape is what you're supposed to use.
Okay.
Like, we have regular Scotch tape. I use it regularly. Like, yeah, the masking tape is easier to, like, rip and stuff, but the whole point isn't just, is it easy for you? See, if anything was just easy for me, then, like, I wouldn't want anything at all. But the point is to trouble yourself. Just a little bit. If I'm ever handed some shit like that, I'm a fucking throw like some signs and punch you in the face. Perhaps.
Throw some signs? The fuck? Like, stop signs? Or gang signs?
Honey.
What kind of signs you throwing out there?
Hello, I have returned, and I'm going to need to go.
I was thinking of ripping out someone's yard sign and throwing it at them, but okay.
Okay, I don't know what that means.
No, we were having a conversation about gift wrapping.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to go to Lon's now, so we'll
Okay.
see you later.
Okay.
Hey. Lad. Eyes. Okay. Can Natalie stay awake for the next hour? Possibly. We will never know. Do I have anything I need to check? Did I finish all my dailies? Is there anyone I can fight? Yes, there is. Here to die, bitch. Like, I do have a passion for good effort, and good effort usually also comes with appearance stuff. But, like, it doesn't always technically have to do with appearance stuff. Because, like, I am a lover of good craftsmanship. But sometimes, you know, mistakes happen, and I completely understand that. I still take it the same either way. But it doesn't mean that I'm going, like... I just continuously would like to say that. Me likes the effort, you know. And that's why I constantly ask if I should like figure out more stuff for other people. I'm not good at showing things with words out loud anymore. Because I tend to put like the mean girl shit in front of me as like a defense mechanism. That's why in class I tend to go, everyone is kind of dumb. But I know it's probably not true. I just think that, hey, like what I'm shown probably means that most people don't put in that effort. But it obviously doesn't mean that everyone in the class is dumb. It's funny as I got this yarn from Temu back when I had Temu.
Temu, Temu, Moo.
I remember I was gaslit into saying like, I don't remember if I said Timu or Temu back then, but I was gaslit into saying one of the others, like the other one, but then I found out that like I was actually doing it right the first time because of the ad that came out during the Super Bowl.
I just say Temu because I like Temu. I like the sound of Temu.
Because I said Temu back then. The only reason why I say Timu is because I've been gaslit, and even after being confirmed that I was right the first time, still feel bad.
Wait, so is it Temu or Temu? I kind of forgot.
Well, if you just think of the theme song, Temu. Okay.
Oh, okay, then yeah, I was right. Yippee!
Yeah, Chesney did the thing. You know, it's not Temu, it's Timu. Timu. And then, like, you know, she fucking repeats it over and over again. That situation. I think the reason why I have such a satisfaction whenever I hear of literally any character getting revenge on stupid people is because I am a victim of the stupidity that is people. Is that fair to say? Time to go into the storyline that I haven't been seen ever. Why are you here again? Throw it at that part of the bed. Go for it. Yeet. Try not to hit my laptop. Yeah, thank you. Wonder how it fell off. Yes. Nah, you're not allowed to show up. You're a child. Yeah, weirdly enough, Aaron, my Deadpool keychain fell off, but then I don't see anything that would have made it fall off. It's weird. I don't know. I'll put it back on my bag. Bye-bye. I think a good instance of, like, the first time I was truly irked by, like, just idiots was, like, you know how whenever you go into an AP class and you're, like, basically, like, barraged with, like, every little thing possible to get you to be academically sound? Like, just, you have to be smart, you have to be constantly vigilant about what you write, and, like, how, the length of what you write, or, like, how specific you have to be with calculations or something. And so, like, you know, you're just, like, it's ingrained in you. And then I go to English class, normal English class in high school, and, like, sorry, wait, not English class. 9th grade. I was doing a presentation in seminar, and every other group for the presentations, like, had people pay attention. They, like, they properly, you know, clapped at the end of everyone's presentations, and, like, you know, went on to go to the next presentation. Until it got to us, my group. One of our group members was gone, and, like, we got a really small budget for what we were planning, because each of us were given budgets for, like, a trip, basically, and we were supposed to come up with a trip within our budget. And our group was given very little money, but, like, we weren't the lowest, but, like, it was enough money that we could go places, but, like, not enough to do a lot. So we like, properly did everything, right? And then it was, like, time to present, and everyone in the group is, like, not great. We are introverts, we don't do well, but, like, we finished the presentation and we're like, we're done. And then everyone was talking with their Sikh partner and, like, not looking at us at all. They didn't even know we were done. I don't think they even knew that we started. I was so upset, dude. And then our teacher at the time, I think it was Harakasuma. I don't know. But regardless, at the time, she was like, hey guys, what's going on here? Like, she's, like, baffled that no one paid attention and stuff. And I was also pretty damn upset about it. Because, one of the few people that I zeroed in on is, like, multiple people in this classroom are considered nice people. They have good reputations in the school. Everyone in the high school at some point is like, yeah, that person's cool. No, I'm fucking upset at them, okay? I don't care. You gave everyone else your undivided attention except for my group. What the fuck? Ignorance is a bitch. And I'm just upset, okay? Don't even get me started on, like, again, whenever someone has to read out loud in an English class, and for some reason they can't pronounce certain words that definitely should have been in their vocabulary already. That's why I was irked the other day during the presentation when, and like same thing for Lily, when like me and her were just like, hey, why the fuck can no one properly say like this particular word, even though like I'm pretty sure most people know what this word is. I can understand not being able to say hypothalamus when you've never like actually heard it out loud before. But like there are other words that I feel like should be able to like they're pronounceable when you first read them. And I get it. There's like a weird gap between like being constantly like told all your like to be vigilant academically, like to get shit done and do it well. And yet like every single time I go into a class that isn't for the STEM students, I find stupidity. And that's the thing, I'm not a STEM student anymore. But I uphold myself to the same standard. I still ask if I need to do sig figs for a calculation. I still make sure that like everything lines up together. I still ask for formatting when it comes to like AP English stuff. Like I didn't go to any of the AP like classes that included English, but I still have a lot of shit ingrained in my brain because of the fact that a lot of my English teachers were a lot more strict. And so the moment I am put in a bunch of like in a group of nonchalant, low effort people, it hurts me a little bit to just be there. Because at this point, why the fuck are you in college if you don't want to be here? Because like in fucking middle school and high school, you're kind of required to be there, you know? But like college is optional. It's like education is necessary, but if you show that you don't want to be educated and you don't want to try, it kind of ruins the system, don't it? And this is not about anything else in terms of like how like where someone comes from, like, or what they identify as, or what class they are, or blah 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 blah. I do not care. Just put effort into the thing that you are told to do. Bye, Dave. Because like I used to put a lot of effort into shit, and I still like kind of do. Like I still have standards for that, but I don't do it as well. But at least I know what they're looking for. I feel like there's no scale of what people want to look for anymore in terms of like success or what is good. Because like you would think that if someone goes, you have to do this assignment, answer this question, as like an elementary schooler, you usually would give one word answers or like a sentence. But in college, obviously you're in college, you're in a way higher system of education. Maybe understand that the person teaching you isn't an elementary school teacher anymore. Unless they say they're okay with it. Like, obviously, learn about your professor. Because if you can't even tell what they want at that point, like, are you even in the class? Because it's kind of obvious whenever they, you know, tell you what they want. I really should learn new knitting patterns. Mm. I think I might just get the same thing as I got last time. Though this time I think that it's best we don't get dessert. Adds too much more stuff to the bill.
Yeah.
I don't think we can afford that this time.
Yeah.
Plus, if we want to get dessert, we can get it somewhere else cheaper.
Yeah. Or we can eat it later. I had a Vela today, and it was so good.
Ah, you're starting to like them. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, you're pretty.
No.
Mhm.
No.
Mhm.
No.
Mhm.
No.
Mhm.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Mhm.
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 No.
Yeah.
No.
You know what? I'm going to get off stream and lay on my bed.
Okay.
Too fucking tired for this shit.